I'm Marty Zoffinger, and this is the Pelican Catch 130 HD. I've had mine now for about 10 months. I really enjoy it, and so far I've kept it pretty much stock, the way it comes from the factory. And if you guys know me, you know what an accomplishment that really is, because I do like to drill holes in my boats. And now I've got a second one of these that I can keep stock for people to try out, but this one I am going to finally have my way with it today and add a new toy to it. You probably already know that one of the alluring parts of having a kayak is being able to add things to it and make it your own. You need to exercise caution though, because anytime you drill holes in a boat, you're going to void your warranty. So it's something to keep in mind, especially with what I'm going to do right now. Pelican has made the Catch 130s with new, larger scupper holes, and they did it in anticipation of being able to add things like a transducer or to use a spike as an anchor. The second I heard about that, I thought, well, I definitely have to put a micro anchor in this. One thing you may notice though is that inside the scupper there's a hole that has been drilled, and this is where the two parts of the boat come together and are welded shut. So if you were to drill this out all the way to the edges of the scupper hole, you could get some water inside the boat. In the past, you never would have been able to get a spike in there without drilling out that hole way too close to the edges of the scupper. But now the Pelican's making a wider scupper hole, I'm able to use a drill and make that hole a little bit bigger. You ready? Let's do it. Okay, now I got a bigger hole that I can pass a spike through, and since the scupper is big to begin with, I still haven't compromised the water tightness or the integrity of the boat. That being said, I'm still drilling a hole in my boat, and Pelican, if they saw that you had done that, they're not going to continue to give you a lifetime warranty. But I am very confident that this is going to work. However, one thing that you would of course keep in mind is that if you were to use a hand spike like you see on a lot of kayaks nowadays, it's going to press up against the walls of that scupper a lot, and over time, who knows, it could cause some cracks or problems where you're getting water inside the boat. Fortunately, today I'm going to be using a micro anchor, which helps alleviate that stress on the scupper hole a little bit. And let me take the boat down and I'll explain why. The reason I say that the micro is going to help alleviate some of the stress on the scupper is because the spike goes through the motor, and if the boat tries to go back and forth, the spike is going to be held in place by the motor quite a bit, maybe totally, and it's going to take that pressure off of the scupper hole. So to install this, I'm just going to rest it over where the hole is going to be, and installing this ought to be fairly easy. In order to know that I have the adjustable mounting bracket in the right place, what I'm going to do is take the spike and pass it through the motor and the scupper hole. This way I'll know that everything is aligned.
Now with that in place, I can take the micro anchor adjustable bracket out of its package. There it is. And to attach it, I can do this deal here, just like that. And this is going to go on there. Oh, very good. Tighten it down. Very good. Okay.
Checking to make sure that the spike is straight up and down. It's pretty much centered. And now I'm going to take these two in the back and mark them just like so. Okay. Now I should have a mark, one on my finger, two on the boat. Good, good. Let's drill a couple more holes.
Okay, well.
This is just a side note. These bolts that PowerPole has supplied are enormous. They stick down into the bottom of the boat quite a lot. And you can see those are nylon nuts that go onto the bolts, and they're going to fight me the whole way. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut these down a little bit. A trick, if you're ever going to cut a bolt down and you want to be able to get the nut back on, is to put the nut on first, then cut it, then take the nut off. I'm going to take a file and file this down a little bit first, and then when I back the nut off, it'll knock down any little burrs and make it so that this nut will go back on that bolt really easy. Now that I have shorter bolts, I'm going to attach the bracket to the hull, at least the two that I already marked and drilled. With these two tightened down, I know pretty much that this is in position, so I can go ahead and mark and drill the other two holes. I was only able to do this part once I've taken the micro anchor off of the bracket. As a matter of fact, I don't even think I have to mark them. All I got to do is take the drill and make two new holes. Sorry, Pelican. But I think it's going to be worth it. Okay, well, the micro fits there like a glove. The only thing left to do is to add a switch to make it go up and down. This is the surface mount switch that PowerPole was kind enough to provide. The micro comes with a lanyard, but for rentals, I thought a permanently attached switch would be a little bit better. And they even provide screws. Now all I got to do is take this thing out on the water. This was one of the easiest installations I've ever done to a kayak. The micro was just a piece of cake to install on the HD. And I'm not really a fan of high-tech gadgets, but like the fins on the Pelican boat, the micro is just a great idea. It also has a 1/4-20 mount at the top of the spike. You can get some really cool shots with your GoPro. Now without fiddling with anchor ropes, I can anchor at the touch of a button. That's going to leave me with a lot more time than I can spend fishing. Considering the shallow places where I like to fish, that is pretty awesome. This Pelican Catch 130 HD is now an all-around awesome boat. If you'd like to rent one, this boat in particular, look up zoffingers.com and visit me here in Ruskin, Florida. And of course, if you guys would like to see some of the other videos I've shot while having a micro anchor on my kayak, click on the links here. Or check the description to find out where you can get a micro of your own. This is Marty Zoffinger. Thanks for watching.